The concept of parallel universes, often referred to as the multiverse, has captivated the minds of philosophers, scientists, and creatives alike for decades. It suggests that there may be an infinite number of universes coexisting alongside our own, with each universe slightly different from the next. This theory opens the door to the idea that there could be parallel versions of ourselves, living out alternate lives based on different decisions we've made or different circumstances we've encountered. While this might sound like a plot from a science fiction novel, the idea of parallel universes is being seriously considered by quantum physicists and cosmologists. Now, what if one of those parallel versions of yourself tried to communicate with you? Would you know how to recognize the signs? Could you differentiate these experiences from your day-to-day life? Keep watching till the end to see what message your parallel version of yourself is attempting to tell you. 1. Deja vu, the most common sign. Have you ever felt like you've been in a particular situation before, even though you know it's impossible? That uncanny feeling of familiarity is known as deja vu. While many people chalk it up to a trick of the mind or a memory glitch, some believe it could be something far more profound. Deja vu may occur in parallel universes where, for some reason, the present reality touches, even if slightly, a parallel one, and your consciousness awakens to the realization of an identical experience in another dimension. Imagine a version of you that is parallel to this life, living slightly differently but facing a similar situation. The feeling of deja vu could be your mind syncing momentarily with that version of yourself, giving you a glimpse into the life they've been leading. It's almost as if both of you are catching a ride on the same wavelength in life, and your consciousness recognizes this overlap. In a curious way, it manifests as that eerie sense of having already lived it. The next time you experience deja vu, think of it as more than just a mental hiccup. It might be a subtle message from your parallel self, offering a brief moment of connection between your two realities. This connection, however fleeting, could be a reminder of the many paths your life could take, depending on the choices you make or have made in another universe. 2. Dreams that feel incredibly real. Dreams are mysterious. Sometimes they're all jumbled up thoughts with a mess of images, and other times you'll have experiences that really feel alive and true. Maybe it's like an alternate version of your life. Perhaps you lived in a different city with different people or made different choices, and you wake up feeling like you truly just had another existence. Some feel these dreams are not just imagination, but a subtle look into the life of another parallel self. When you're asleep and more open to various states of consciousness, it's possible that you're connecting to the experiences of another version of yourself in a parallel universe. In this sense, these kinds of dreams could be viewed as windows into parallel realities, ones where you're living out the consequences of different choices or circumstances. Pay attention to the details in these vivid dreams, as they may hold insights or messages from your parallel self. The emotions, environments, and interactions you experience could offer guidance or reflect alternate possibilities for your own life. These dreams might serve as subtle reminders of the importance of the choices you make and the different paths your life could take depending on those decisions. 3. Strong intuition and gut feelings. Is there a moment in your life when you got a powerful gut feeling that cannot be justified by logic? Perhaps an urgent need to make a particular decision or to avoid a certain situation, though there isn't any rational explanation for it. These strong intuitive impulses might be far more than mere instincts. They could be the signals sent to you from the parallel version of yourself who has already gone through the outcome of that decision. In a parallel universe, your alternate self could have experienced the consequences of a choice that you are about to make. If something significant happened in their reality, that experience might be bleeding into yours, manifesting as an irrational gut feeling or heavy intuition. These sensations could be your parallel self warning you of potential danger or encouraging you to move toward a more favorable path. So the next time you have a strong hunch that seems to defy logic, consider the possibility that it might be your parallel self guiding you. This connection between dimensions could provide subtle but powerful insights into your own life decisions, offering you an advantage by tapping into the knowledge of another version of yourself. 4. Sudden shifts in mood or personality. It's not uncommon for people to have fluctuations in their mood. But have you ever experienced a sudden and unexplained shift in your emotions or personality that feels completely out of character? You might be going about your day feeling perfectly fine when out of nowhere, you're hit with a wave of sadness, anger, or anxiety that doesn't seem to have an immediate cause. In some cases, these emotional shifts might be the result of your parallel self experiencing something significant. If another version of you is going through a particularly challenging or joyful time, it's possible that these emotions could bleed through into your own experience. This phenomenon could be your parallel self trying to send you a message, even if it's through emotions rather than words. 5. Unexplainable coincidences and synchronicities. Have you ever experienced a series of coincidences that seem too perfect to be random? Maybe you're seeing the same number everywhere you turn, or you bump into a person you were just thinking about. These are known as synchronicities, and often it feels like the universe is pointing something out to you. In the context of parallel universes, synchronicities might be understood as moments when two versions of yourself are living through similar experiences, and the energy between these parallel realities begins to align. For instance, if your parallel self is going through a major life change, you might start noticing signs or symbols that reflect that change. These synchronicities could be subtle nudges from your other self, guiding you to pay attention to certain aspects of your own reality. They might help steer you toward making a particular decision or serve as a confirmation that you're on the right path. Rather than dismissing these synchronicities as mere coincidences, consider that they may be messages from a parallel version of you. These moments could represent a connection between your two realities, offering insights, guidance, or reassurance from your alternate self. 6. Memories of events that didn't happen. Have you ever remembered a moment so vividly only for a person who was involved to say it never happened? Maybe you recall having a conversation with a friend that they insist never occurred, or you have a vivid memory of something that took place at an event you later find out you didn't attend. These false memories might be more than just cognitive slip-ups. They may be glimpses into the life of a parallel version of yourself. According to multiverse theory, these memories might not be entirely false, but rather experiences from another reality. It's possible that if a parallel version of you lived through that event, their memory of it has leaked into your consciousness, creating confusion about whether it happened in your world or theirs. These overlaps of memories could be subtle messages from your parallel self, offering you insights into different versions of your life, giving you a brief peek into alternate realities and choices that might have been. If you've ever experienced a memory that feels real but doesn't match your current reality, consider whether it could be a message or reflection from your parallel self's life. 7. The Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is a term used to describe a collective false memory, where a large group of people remember an event or detail differently from how it actually occurred. The most famous example is the widespread belief that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s, even though he actually passed away in 2013. Other common examples include the misspelling of popular brands or famous movie lines being quoted incorrectly. Some believe parallel universes could explain the Mandela effect. The idea is that people who experience it are recalling events from a parallel reality where those details are true. In this interpretation, the Mandela effect might happen when someone shifts between parallel universes, carrying memories from another version of reality. If you've ever experienced the Mandela effect, it could be a sign that for a moment you crossed into another universe. Perhaps your parallel self is trying to communicate with you through these shared yet slightly altered memories. It suggests that your consciousness could be interacting with multiple realities, offering glimpses into the different paths your life or the world could have taken. 8. Feeling like you're living someone else's life. Ever had the feeling that life didn't quite suit you, like you were in someone else's story? Perhaps you feel disconnected from your own experiences, as if you're on autopilot, going through the motions but never fully engaging. This might be more than just existential angst. It could be a sign that an alternate version of you is trying to make contact. In some cases, this sensation might arise because your parallel self is living a life more aligned with your true desires. You might feel as though you're not truly living the life you're meant to. and there's a pull toward the reality your parallel self is experiencing. It's as if you're sensing that their life, rather than your current one, is a better match for who you are or want to become. If you ever feel like you're leading someone else's life, pause and reflect on whether your parallel self might be sending you a message. This feeling of disconnection could be a subtle nudge from them, encouraging you to make changes in your life. They might be guiding you toward a more authentic, fulfilling path, one that feels true to your core desires and aspirations. 9. A strong connection to a particular time or place. Ever since some of us can remember, we feel a certain type of connection to a specific place, time period, or culture for reasons we can't explain. Maybe you're drawn to visit a particular city you've never been to, or you feel a deep familiarity with a historical era. These attractions might mean more than you think. Perhaps they're signs that your parallel self is living in another time or place, and their experiences are subtly influencing your own. In a parallel universe, another version of you could be living in a different time period or cultural setting. The strong connection you feel to that place or era might be their way of communicating across dimensions. This resonance could be a subtle message from your parallel self, encouraging you to explore aspects of your reality that align with their experiences. It's almost as though their life is impacting yours, and you're feeling the echoes of their reality. Pay close attention to these attractions that seem to have no clear origin, as they might offer clues about the life your parallel self is living. These sensations could be the bridge between your world and theirs, giving you insights into the richness of their experiences and perhaps guiding you towards something meaningful in your own life. 10. Sudden inspiration or creative ideas. Have you ever had a sudden burst of inspiration, seemingly out of nowhere? Perhaps you've been struggling with a problem for weeks, only to have the solution come to you in a flash of insight. Or maybe you've been working on a creative project, and new ideas start flowing effortlessly, as though they're being handed to you by an unseen force. In some cases, these moments of inspiration could be messages from your parallel self. If another version of you has already solved a similar problem or created something incredible, it's possible that they're sending those ideas to you across the multiverse. These bursts of creativity might be a form of collaboration between your parallel selves, offering you insights and ideas that you wouldn't have arrived at on your own. 11. Out-of-body experiences. Out-of-body experiences, OBEs, occur when one feels as though their consciousness is outside their physical body. These experiences often happen during near-death situations, but they can also occur during meditation, sleep, or intense focus. In some cases, people report traveling to different locations, times, or even other dimensions while experiencing an OBE. It's possible that during an OBE, your consciousness could be interacting with a parallel version of yourself. You might momentarily perceive life through the eyes of this parallel self, experiencing their reality as if it were your own. Alternatively, your parallel self may be communicating with you through thoughts, emotions, or visual imagery, sending subtle messages that only make sense after the experience. If you've ever had an out-of-body experience, consider whether it could be connected to a parallel version of you. These moments might provide you with a glimpse into another life or offer guidance from your parallel self. It's as though the boundaries between your realities momentarily blur, allowing you to step into their world and feel what they're going through. Pay attention to the details of these experiences, as they might reveal insights about your parallel self and the life they're living. 12. Feeling like you're being watched or guided. Have you ever had a strange feeling, as if someone is watching over you or guiding you from an unseen realm? This sensation often arises when you're facing a critical decision or dealing with a difficult situation. While some might interpret it as a spiritual presence, others believe it could be your parallel self trying to communicate with you. Your parallel self may be observing your life and sending subtle messages or guidance to help you navigate challenges. This guidance often comes in the form of intuition, a gut feeling, or even synchronicities that seem to appear at just the right time. It might be a reassuring sense that you're on the right path or a gentle nudge toward a better choice. Rather than dismissing this feeling as pure imagination, consider that it could be a form of support from your parallel self. They may have already experienced similar struggles or decisions in their reality, and are trying to help you avoid pitfalls or make choices that align more closely with your true purpose. These moments of feeling watched or guided could be your parallel self reaching out, offering you a connection across dimensions to steer you toward your best outcome. The idea of parallel universes is fascinating, and while we may not have definitive proof of their existence, there are many intriguing signs that suggest we could be receiving messages from parallel versions of ourselves. Whether it's through déjà vu, dreams, intuition, or synchronicities, these subtle hints could offer valuable insights into our lives and the choices we make. If you've experienced any of the signs mentioned above, take a moment to reflect on them and consider whether they might be messages from a parallel version of yourself. Please share your experiences below. These experiences could offer a glimpse into the infinite possibilities of the multiverse, reminding us that our lives are shaped by more than just the choices we make in this reality. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time if you are still with me, and if you would like, please think about subscribing to our channel. You may then receive updates on new videos that will provide you with additional knowledge, manifestations, philosophy, and personal development ideas. Your thoughts and opinions regarding this video would be much appreciated. Your contribution stimulates our cosmic research, and we are incredibly appreciative of your being here. And never forget that we are always here for you and wish you the best possible life filled with success and happiness. I hope you have an amazing day. If you have watched until the end, please respond with MMM, Master Motivational Mindset, so we can connect.